Travis Pastrana is the most recognized figure in freestyle motocross. No one else has done so much for this young and dangerous sport. He first got on a motorbike at the tender age of 3. Over 20 years riding, he's brought himself and his bike to the brink of the feasible. However, this was not enough. Victories in rally sport and mad, dangerous action stunts followed. This is Travis Pastrana, a stunt rider with no borders.
When I was, 8 years old, I was winning the nationals down in Florida, Gatorback, and I was doing this huge jump. My parents said, "You cannot do that jump."
And I said, "Travis, Suzuki really wants this win." I said, "You won the first 2 races." I said, "You got 1 race to go." I said, "I don't want you to jump. I don't want you to do anything stupid, nothing fancy. Just ride the race, win the race, come back, park the bike. Let's get out of here with a national victory."
Naturally, Travis didn't listen to his father. Nevertheless, he took the title, and then it became clear for Papa Pastrana.
He says, "Winning is not the fun part." He says, "Being me is the fun part." And pretty much since then, I said, "Travis, you're right. Whatever you want to do it." So I just backed him. I said, "This is your life. You know what you want. I'll back you." And that caused some problems with everybody.
When it came to sports, it was always an easy game for Travis. The boy with the 199 on his back has won everything that can be won in freestyle motocross. The Red Bull X Fighters, the biggest series worldwide for the sport, has been his stage. He won the X Games 6 times in a row, just once receiving the silver medal. In 2006, he wrote history with the double backflip in front of screaming audiences at the X Games. 25-year-old Travis is expecting a lot from his body, and sometimes he has to pay for it.
Basically, you line up on the starting line, you know the consequences, you know the risks. You go out there and you do what you do because you love it, because you're passionate about it, and because even if you died, that would be all right. That would be better than to go out and not try. I mean, rather fail miserably from burning flames than not give it a shot.
The space between fame and disaster is becoming smaller and smaller. The death of his colleague Jeremy Lusk at the beginning of 2009 has shown that. However, the saying, "nothing ventured, nothing gained," counts in freestyle motocross as much as in every other kind of extreme sport.
That is going to cause you to hesitate, then you shouldn't be doing it. And quite frankly, like when you jump into the Grand Canyon, everyone's like, "Wow, that's so risky, that's so, were you afraid to die?" Like, no, I had 10 seconds to figure that out on the way down. Like, I had a long time. Usually, in a motocross jump, if it goes wrong, it's wrong, you're done.
But then later on, when he had his injuries, he still thought he could win, but the injuries wouldn't let him. But every week, after he'd have another injury, he'd line up and still say, I got it. But in the pro level, it was just, "Travis, you can't do it anymore. It's done. It's just done. You can't."
My name is Travis. I ride motorcycles.
Travis Pastrana has had so many broken bones and for years has had a limp. High demands not only on his body, but also the nerves of his parents, as the following story illustrates.
I went to Indianapolis to see the Purdue doctor, the knee specialist, and it was funny because he goes, "Look, if you ride and that knee," he said, "if you step wrong right now, your knee's gonna blow out, the artery's gonna go, and you have about 30 minutes to get to a hospital, or you're not gonna make it, you're gonna die." And so, of course, I went to that doctor, and then I came back, and Mom's like, "How'd it go?" I'm like, "Oh, it went great. I'm going to the X Games." And then she called the doctor, and that doctor informed her. So I had an armed security agent try to pull me off the plane in Indianapolis from going to Los Angeles, because she had got that information, pleading with me. "Your mom says it's an emergency, it's a crisis, you have to be off this plane now." I'm like, oh no, sir, I've talked to her since then. It's perfectly fine. Don't worry, she'll be all right. It was a misunderstanding. She said you would say that, and to pull you off the plane right now.
Travis gave in and recognized that freestyle motocross would ruin him in the end. His way out? Rally. This dangerous extreme sport seems to be life insurance for Travis. The speedy talent was soon on the way to beating rally superstar Colin McRae at the X Games 2006.
It's just so much like motocross without worrying about these sprained ankles and the broken ankles and the knees and the shoulders and granted, it's still a risky sport, but man, we flipped over 105, 110 miles an hour, went over 9 times.
Left 5 minus over crest into right 4 plus. Say again, left 5 minus into right 4 plus. Oh, fuck.
Most normal people would never get behind the steering wheel again after a crash like that, but for Travis, it's just more proof of his 199 lives.
Man, if you're 25 in motocross, you're considered, over the hill. If you're 50 in rally, you can still kick the ass out of almost every 20-year-old in the country, in the world. You just have experience, and I love that. I love to be able to go in the future and, have something that I can do that I have a passion for.
When it's crazy and dangerous, Travis loves it. When driving the rally gets too boring, he just jumps out of a plane or something like that, equipped with just the knowledge that the future will be all right.